Hey good people, it's the Market Sniper. Time for an update. Yes, we spoke to you a while ago, about a month ago, about our best friend. That's right, the pharmaceutical industrial complex, you name it, Pfizer. That's right, we spoke of Pfizer and we said to you, maybe the tide will turn. Is it a chance for you to get your revenge on the orchestrated megacorp that took you through the March 2020 events and came with the cure, the solution? A lot seems to have leaked since then. Trudeau apparently didn't coerce or tell anybody to do anything, but you might lose your job if you don't do it. This was a moment for people to be really bold and to put health and life ahead of everything else. But we digress. We dived straight into a wee old rabbit hole. We're here about charts. This is macro charting, and I'm going to talk to you about Pfizer. Let's go to the last YouTube. Here it is above my head. You will see that we were highlighting to you a complex head and shoulder, something we teach you about, by the way, how to exploit. Many people wouldn't have recognized that as a head and shoulder. That was triggering. You could have had this trade earlier before it was triggering if you hit the first link in the description below, where you would be a member of our community and have been watching this event actually wind up, set up, and then trigger. After a while, we let some of the free views on YouTube know what we're doing, and that was then. And we spoke to you about the military-industrial complex. We talk about the pharmaceutical complex, which is very similar to the military-industrial complex. One, of course, is a petrochemical medicine that is enforced and coerced into your system that creates further symptoms requiring further medical interventions. And the other one is a more overt, honest war, which is weaponizing against you, the citizens, whilst in the name of protecting your country against other nation states, citizens, countries, and governments. We said the pivot was coming out of the pharmaceuticalogical, we'll almost get there. I don't know if I can ballerina around that one. Particularly Pfizer, that has been the drum majorette twirling the baton with a needle there on the end and rolling into the greater, larger military-industrial complex after having unloaded all their weapons. In short, we were a short Pfizer, long BAE Systems, British Aerospace Systems. That's right. That was the video. This was roughly where the draw was. You can see it around 12 minutes 02. Go and look for the Market Sniper Pfizer in the search if you wish to see the full video. The other key part that I will also interject and give you an update on was around the 33rd minute. Oh dear, how did that happen? I don't know, it just turned out that way, talking about the military-industrial complex. We highlighted it at around 33, that was over here. You could have been, if you're in and around our community, you could have been potentially long there, and that we expect an 86 target. So we will be revisiting it. At the time we notified you, that was at 44. It's a key level now. We're going to talk to you about that as well. As part and parcel, you understand, of keeping an eye on the statist weapons that are being utilized against you and the passing of the baton from one to the other as one industry wanes, as truth seeps out and the other starts stacking rounds, bullets, aeroplanes, war machine tools after emptying the larder out to Ukraine. So let's go straight to those charts and have a look at the Pfizer. By the way, important note before I bring that chart up, in fact, important note is they had dividend declaration, and I expect you will have earnings announcements. You guessed it, 2nd of May 23. 2nd of May, not that far away, 27th of April. You're not too far away to the 2nd of May, and I think it's also commonly known as Workers' Day the day before. Boy, are you going to toil. Indeed. Anyway, so the estimate expectations was for just under $1 in earnings revenue, and the estimate of total revenue was 16.6 billion. Of course, this has our friend Balla, the Israeli, who is in charge of it, the CEO of death by lethal injection, and many other longer-term, slower decaying of lifespan that they love to perpetuate. But anyway, let's get back to this. So we had a little bit of a return move. Neckline, we called it 42. In fact, we want to show you this. The last low, you guessed it, in and around the events of March 2020. I wonder what that was. Little did everybody know that that was a real buy for them and they would be benefiting big time. That's right, this is a log scale chart, by the way. So in case you wanted to have an idea, that low was around $26. That high was around 61. That's right, 26 to 61. They did okay out of events, given that they were already a multi-billion market cap corporation, mega corporation. Anyway, I also want to show you a little bit more. I'm going to take you out since they've been in existence. Oh, it's nice to have a look at the long time frames, isn't it? We get out the 3-month chart and you can see they started in the year that I was born. My pride and my joy. Look at this. It's onwards and upwards. It feels like my career's trajectory. Did I have a dodgy .com? No, I thought 09 was pretty dodgy. They didn't actually enjoy the whole period, in fact, from 99 down to here, having fallen from a high in around 99, $47 to a low in and around $11. Ooh, but the good days were to return. You guessed it. And so they ran, and so they ran. A second impulse over here, downward after making again the 42 level. Note how that 42 has been technical resistance. You got 2 attempts. Second one failed to make a new high. And then much later, I would say you're looking at over 15, 16 years later, you attempted. You even tried again there. And then we made our final ground move that sustained us above 42. That gives us the head and shoulder that we see today. Is this going to lead to a rising wedge and an even greater fall later? We hopes and we praise. A number of Hail Marys in the church we do says. Yes, indeed. But we'll see. So back to that key time frame that we wanted to have a look at. And we're going to go back to the 3 daily. Why not, I say. 60% of a week. I can be pretty sure no one else is looking on that time frame. And it also happens to fit the pattern in just right. So what are we called for? We called for, in the video that we showed you, a run through 28.65. This is an important point as we were discussing things like the Euro USD recently that had a big head and shoulder at 117 and eventually ran through to 0.95 on the dollar. The target was at 110. So the key point is, not only did you fall from 117 to 110 on head and shoulders, but they are often cyclical reversals that can lead to sustained down moves beyond the original target, leading to overperformance. That doesn't mean it happens every time, by the way. Our 69K head and shoulder gave a 15.5 dollar on Bitcoin, all the way down from 69 to 15.5, and you whooped and nicked that target by a couple of wicks, a few pubic hairs in there, and you just about made it before actually we sense a reversal is already on. So sometimes targets are critical and sometimes you can get over performance to them. That's the key point. So is 28.65 the bottom? I will think not. I expect this level to run, and I expect further bad news to be coming out. Ooh, hopes and praise. Hail Marys, he says. Left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. So bigger right shoulder, bulky head, not traditional. We had that little return move, very typical of head and shoulder structures. Let's take you into the lower time frames. Yes, indeed. So keeping our community updated, we did say broadening structure to the return move to the $42 neckline, run by a whisker, pubic hairs again, and down we spill, basing ascending grind line on a broadening structure, ascending megaphone on a bare pole. Yes, you don't understand too much about that, but don't worry, we'll explain it all when you click the link below and pop over to our website, book a call, and become part of our friendly community with great minds. You've missed a lot of good trades that have triggered. In fact, I had a light up on the screen of a number of things, from crypto to a variety of things. And bearish it is, my friends. Bearish it is for the energies, yes, money please, and certain other equities, indeed. But we're just talking about Pfizer and BAE today, and you can find out about the others that have captured our eye. Beautiful setups, many of them community finds. You will be trained not only to actively trade setups, but you will be finding some of them along with the community peers, and we will be highlighting the best ones for you as you learn, grow, and trade practically with us. This broadening structure broke its basing ascending grind line, a nice spiller. It's made some good progress to the downside, and of course the driver. Isn't it funny? People seem to get a hunch of what might be coming on earnings. And they so often turn out to be right. But otherwise we run a very honest system, and there are true Chinese walls where information could never pass. I do assure you. Yes, more Hail Marys, please. Indeed. So it goes. A bit of a spiller, an absolute thriller. You're above $42, and next thing you know, you're down $38.60. That's shedding a better part of $4. Well, one would say that's pretty close to 10%. In the run-in to an earnings announcements, but you wouldn't dare accuse our Israeli CEO, a man of great integrity at the World Economic Forum, telling you about the future, chips and the ability to check on you whether you took your drugs and pills by a virtual signaling as it dissolves using the battery acid that is your stomach acid to notify and ascertain that a certain person has taken, like a good prisoner, his medication. That's right. How could you doubt such a man? How could I ever cast aspersions to the nature of his integrity towards you, his clients who he aims to serve? Yes, indeed. Anyway, down she goes. When we told you this was just triggering over here at the 42, you could have been in earlier. There was a teensy-weensy little fractal. We do like those as well. And you could have, if you dropped enough of a time frame, have found a little bit of a structure in there. You could have got in earlier. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Money, please. Yes, we want to make money out of the death of Pfizer. Of course we do. We would be some of the sweetest honey we could ever make. There's no getting away from that fact. I do not hide my colors well. I can certainly say. So what about BAE? Well, let's go over to BAE Systems. Unfortunately, this was very much a hold your nose purchase. Of course, we are very familiar with the military-industrial complex and the great games that they play, and how they are now, as we have said, a meme of great choice, of feasting on largesse, great largesse indeed, I assure you. So here we go. Let's have a look at how BAE has gone. As you may recall, when we first mentioned this to you, the 33 level was the entry, and you actually got a rather nice return move. There's that number again, 33. Who could have thunk it? 33 double bottomed on 33 twice. And now, good friends, you are well through the 52 level until recently, and a small pullback. This has been non-stop upside. Let's go and have a look at that YouTube again. When we spoke to you, 33 was the number, and it was at 44 at the time. As you can see in there, look into your, you're going to need your spectacles. You're going to have to take that one from me. 33 and a bit, 44 and a bit, that was roughly where you were. So going back to how that particular equity has performed. So you've been, because you listen to the market sniper and you consider him occasionally to be accurate, you of course are deeply short the dark state's pharmaceutical weapon of choice, aka Pfizer, and however you have held your nose despite the stink and have been a buyer of the military industrial complex, which is European, UK, British aerospace. And since then, you've gone from 33 to 50.94, roughly $51. Let's say you maybe only got in at the 44, or you caught it back on a little bit of a drift back, somewhere around the 43s. You should find yourself a further $6 to the good, which would be about 12%. 12% in a month, not bad, I say. Well, of course, we've told you that this is heading for 86.81. That's right. The largesse will pour forth. You've got to remember, we've just had a chief economist of the Bank of England called Hugh. Yes, Hugh Pill, I think it is, more like poison pill. He said, suck it up. It's time everybody just accepts it's going to be a whole bunch harder getting by. Oh, thank you, Mr. Central Banker economist. Of course, he's on 200 grand in sterling, and his boss, who said similar things, Bailey, is on over £500,000 sterling a year, and they're doing just dandy, thank you. And they want you to know you should stop complaining because, of course, you know, there's hardships. People keep demanding more pay, he says. People should stop asking for more pay. It's causing the inflation. And of course, you greedy bastards, because your bread has gone up 3 times, your medical aid has gone up 4 times, you suddenly start demanding more pay. How inconsiderate, how totally inflationary. We're all in this together. Let's build back better, shall we? Or should we just have a word salad of gobbledygook from The pedophilic politicians. That's right, I said the word. There goes my YouTube rating. You gonna make it right by hitting the like right now and subscribing. Why? Because you're gonna get exactly what I feel towards every market, every equity, and every central banker. And you know it's gonna come out singing. Okay, upside to 86, 81 on the BAE at the same time, which is virtually a doubler, my good friends, from the 44 level, and is certainly 1.5 times from the 33 level, at the same time as Pfizer, that you could have had in the 40s, is heading sub 28. Okay, you would do pretty well on that long and short. So far, so good. Will we turn out accurate? If you enjoyed this quick form video update, make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe, hit always every time, because we will be throttled for the naughty words we use. YouTube does not like us. We do not monetize for that reason. You are our monetization. Your love and puppy licks give us great succor. And we will continue to bring you free view clues and tips as to where our magical community are going, admittedly a few days, hours, minutes, weeks after we, of course, have had our feed and have got in as well. Or you can get in at the same time by clicking the link below and smashing book a call, choosing a date, not letting down our awesome community member who is a trader of HVF for a minimum of 2, 3, or 4 years, who will talk you through some of the aspirations that you can hope to have in a modest build wealth, slowly yet steadily, without an excessive sizzle, and you'll watch how the long-term approach actually accelerates your progress rather well. But learning and growing is the best way. Doing it for yourself is the best way. Here endeth the epistle from the great church of Reset, where the wealth builders are toiling like masons. Did I say masons? There and say 33 again. Okay, till next time, I'll catch you then. Bye for now.